Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 17th day of the best month in the year. My name is Yvette Williams, and I am your MC for today's meeting. We will have our call to order by our president.
All right, good day. It's the call to order. I want to welcome all, extend a welcome to all our Rotarians and guests to this our weekly RCN meeting. I trust everybody's having a splendid, enjoyable day as we look forward to an enlightening presentation by our special guest today, our past Rotary International President, Mr. Barry Rassin. Turn it back over to you.
Thank you, President Mike. Now we'll have our Rotary Grace. Our Father, who art in heaven, may we from the memories of this hour derive inspiration that will be helpful to us as individuals and as members of Rotary, and may it go with us in our daily walks of life and make us worthy of thy blessing. We ask in thy name, amen.
Amen.
Next, we will have our loyal toast to the Queen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas by Rotarian Rudolph Lavardi.
Okay, this is not Rudolph Lavardi, but he just called me to say he's not going to be logging on for another 5 minutes. So please join me in a toast to the Queen and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Queen and Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Okay. Now we will have our welcome by Sergeant at Arms, Wayne Miller.
But thanks so much, Madam Moderator. We want to thank you for navigating us through and continue to do a good job throughout the course of the day. Just want to welcome all of you in the midst of all that's going on in our country. I just want to, give a word of encouragement during this time, during this time, because I believe that all of us in some way or some fashion would have either felt what's going on or would have experienced it through some mutual friend. So we want you to, to keep everyone in mind and everyone in prayer as we go through this difficult time in our country. But be encouraged that, you have it all and you have it what it takes. Life is very interesting. In the end, some of our greatest pains become our greatest strengths. And just remember to never doubt yourself. We are all capable of amazing things. So be encouraged, my fellow Rotarians and guests. You are stronger than the adversities that you now face. And if God be for you, then who can be against you? So I want to welcome you against that backdrop to another amazing and exciting Rotarian meeting today. We not only tell you about being your brother's keeper, but we show you how it is done by the many kind gestures and acts of Rotarians, not only here in the Bahamas, but indeed Rotarians around the world. And so we're excited once again to meet, to discuss, to dialogue, to be creative, and have some great bold initiatives to go on to impact our fellow mankind. And you're going to hear more about that coming on from our guest presenter. So we want to thank you and welcome. Now, moving quite along, we're gonna bring you up to date on some of the things that we're gonna do within the coming week, and I want to get these off in my short, brief time here with you. The Education and Literacy Board has put together a program, a reading marathon, going for gold. We want to keep consistent with the Olympics, going for gold. So we want to go for gold as well as just like how our golden boy and golden girl did a few weeks ago. And we want to do it through our reading program. And so we want to thank all of those involved. That reading program, marathon program, is going to be held this Sunday in a matter of a few days. And so we want as many Rotarians as possible. So during this call, if you could raise a hand if you want, if you would like your child to participate. The age groups are from 5 to 9, and then from 10 to 12. So if you want your child to participate, please raise your hand. We have lots of prizes and surprises that will be out. We will send you the link to register. We've got some great response from our school, Stephen Dillett, who we have partnered with on numerous projects, and so they are on board, and they will send some of their students to participate this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. We want to thank Rotarian Jonathan for putting forward a beautiful flyer that we will send and we will share with everyone. And we want to thank Samita, Alandrea, Chantel, and all others who would have assisted in this way forward thus far, and all of our other committee members, Andrea, and others. So we're going to put that out to you, and we want you to really help us to make this initiative a success. So by a show of hand, if you can raise your hand or send a note in the chat, I'm quite sure Chantel and Alandrea and those would make a note of it, so we can contact you and send you the personal link. If you have children 5 years to 12 and would like to participate, we have some nice gift certificates that we would like to make available. And then, of course, to our winners, we will also be giving some certificates out to Logos Bookstore for them to get some wonderful prize. Okay, so it's a bold initiative, and the board has sanctioned it, and we are happy to pull that off this coming Sunday. We're also encouraging participants to dress as book characters as well. So, and some of us will be dressing as book characters as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun we're going to have there. So if you have any costumes at home, if you can perhaps make some costumes up for your children to dress as some of the book characters, we will be more than happy to entertain them. And then moving along, Samantha wanted me to, again, to reiterate the fact of the chunks, the book drive. We have a book drive that's also going on. And so we'd like for you to, those books that are just softly worn, I think it is the term, not to worn too much, and any new books that you may have, that you can assist us in this book drive. And we want you to donate new books or generally used books, they call it. And the drop-off centers is the Love Center, and that's on Ernest Street, the COGOP, Ernest Street. That's the Love Center. You can drop off books there, and the date is August the 28th. August the 28th, 2021 at 10 a.m. The contact number there is 376-1794. And that's those of you who have a lot of books around, and those books could be in the hands of some other younger person who can benefit very well from those books. So we look forward to your participation in that regard. Now we want to just welcome our visiting Rotarians. Do we have any visiting Rotarians on the call today?
Good evening. My name is Rotarian Magdalena Penn from the branch of Cat Island. Hello to everybody.
Hello. We're always glad to
Hi,
have you.
Magdalena.
Hi.
Thank you so much. We're always glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
And we heard about how you treated those Rotarians who were there in the past few days. The red carpet was rolled out for them. And I'm quite sure when I get there, you will roll the red carpet out for me too.
Yes, sure.
They be bragging, man. They
had a great time.
Yeah, they made me feel like hopping on the next flight out. And so
Yeah.
I'm quite sure President Mike will talk about our future endeavors for Cat Island. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Any other visiting Rotarians we have on board?
Chairman Herman here, Cat Island.
Hi, Herman, Rotarian Herman. We're glad to have you. Welcome aboard. Anyone else? Before we move on, do we have any
Yes. Sorry, this is me again. I think Rosetta Wells is on me. No, she have a problem with monitoring her mic and stuff, but she's on. Rosetta Wells.
Okay, Rosetta, welcome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Rosetta, welcome, and we're always happy to have you join us in our meetings. Do we have any non-Rotarians visiting with us this morning or today? Any guests of Rotarians?
Good afternoon, Shanique Ford here.
Hi, Shanique. How you doing? Shanique, this is your third time. And once it's your third time, that means we own you here. And I'm
Yes,
quite sure our club membership will get out to you, reach out to you. We need you to fill those forms out immediately. Immediately.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
I'm on
sir.
immediately. Yeah, you know the full instructions. So full about we're just happy to have you on board, man, because we cannot wait to tap into your skills and your talents that you have.
Happy
Okay?
to be here.
Thanks so much, Shanique. We appreciate it. Good. Okay, if there be no more Rotarians, we
Do have more guests, more guests, more guests.
I know that we have Miss Jillian Gray visiting with us. I do believe she is the guest of our Rotarian Maxine Seymour.
Good day. Yes, I am. This is Jillian.
Okay, pleased to have you also with us.
Thank you.
Sheena Marie Bethel and Crystal Roll, who are guests of immediate past President Stephen. They have been visiting with us, and we are pleased to have you with us once again today. Shanique would have introduced herself. I see also Cornell, a name that says Cornell. I'm not sure who he's visiting with. Who would have invited you, please?
Yes, Cornell Williams here, guest of one Yvette Williams, EMC for today.
Jeff, well, great to have you. Great to have you. And of course, we have Melanie with us again today, Melanie Spence Cartwright. We're looking forward to having her join us very soon. Those are the individuals that I've recognized as guests. Is there anyone that I missed?
I see Dana is one.
Yes, I do apologize. Dana Davis Mott, she is the guest of Dr. Anita, and she has visited with us before as well. Pleased to have you joining us again. I see who also would have joined recently, Dr. Roya Neely Morrison. Pleased to have you with us once again, Dr. Morrison. So.
Thank you.
Yes.
My secretary, Angelique Thompson.
Today. I'm sorry?
My secretary, Angelique Thompson, is on as well.
Yes. Ms. Thompson, we're pleased to have you joining us today. And so as membership director, I want to say welcome to all of our guests. I hope I didn't overlook anybody. Do enjoy the meeting.
I see Charlene.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Charlene Kearney, Rotary Club of New Providence. Thank you for having me.
Pleased to have you. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lizette, for welcoming our visitors. And visitors, of course, feel free and feel right at home. Some of you would have been with us on several occasions. So we're going to make sure that you're a part of us and that we can use your gifts and your talents to further the advancement of this great club. So thank you so much. Now, just finally, before I go, because the Madam Treasurer is indicating that we need some dues. We need some dues in and we need some fines. So those Rotarians who want to call who do not have their PIN, and I'm pleased to have my PIN, and Chantel brought my PIN. Chantel hand-delivered my Sergeant of Arms PIN, and I'm proud to be wearing it. So those of you who do not have your PIN, please let us know. Let us know who do not have their PIN. So our Madam Secretary could make note of that, please. You mean everyone have their PIN?
Ben, what is the fine? Everybody is not clear. What's the fine?
Madam Secretary can assist us with that.
$5 sounds good to me.
Amen. So does everyone have their PIN on? We can do it a little $5 if you don't. Okay, so Madam Secretary, look like
that's the PIN marks in.
Look like everyone has their PIN on. We are trusting that they're being straightforward and honest with us on the call today. But otherwise than that, any apologies before we move on to President Mike?
Yeah, Nadia, Rotarian Nadia will not be joining the call today. Okay. And Rotarian Rassin, she's still away on maternity leave. Well, now pregnancy leave, I guess, or baby leave, I should say. So she won't be in today either.
So, thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Dr. Nedig sent apologies also.
Okay, thank you, President Mike. Okay, and so I hand it back over to Rotarian Yvette.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We will now have remarks and announcements by our president.
All right. Good afternoon again, Rotarians and guests. Let me just run down a couple of the projects that we are undertaking at present. As you know, we're looking at providing some assistance to toddler Natario. His initial eye exam at the Florida hospital facility is scheduled for the end of the month, August 30th. So far, we've had pledges of just over $4,000. There's a shortfall at the moment of about $850. And I'm making a special appeal to any Rotarians who may be able to assist. Initially, we were looking at a 2-day stay, and Natario and his mom, their visit to Florida has been extended by another 2 days, given some additional tests are required. And like I said, we need about additional $850 more to cover this trip. I want to also thank the Physically Challenged Children's Committee. They've made a donation today of $500 towards this initiative. And like I say, we'd like to get these monies in within the next week or so that this trip will run smoothly. Secondly, we're in the final planning stages of the RCN Fun Run Walk. This is tentatively scheduled for October 9th at Rotarian Rassin's restaurant facility on Paradise Island. We're going to invite everybody to come out, members and their family and friends, and we'll have a scrumptious Bahamian breakfast available at the end of the event. As mentioned earlier, I want to extend congratulations to our Director of Service Projects, Dr. Rassin, and her husband Jamal. They're proud parents of a second baby daughter, which was delivered this past weekend. And we look forward to her return to Nassau and the club in short order. Like I said, it was photocopy machines and some printing equipment. And also there was a presentation of a 50 kilowatt diesel-driven generator, which is specifically earmarked for the Morse Island all-age school. The trailer and this equipment are en route to Abaco as we speak, or they may even be on the island by now. Scheduled to leave first thing this morning. And finally, RCN, we in collaboration with the Satellite Club in Cat Island, and we're formulating a project which will entail the external painting of 5 residences in North, Central, and South Cat Island. More details are to follow. We will be sourcing paint materials, painting equipment, and hopefully we'll get some volunteers to head to Cat Island for a weekend to assist in the works associated with getting these residences back up to speed. And also, in a resumption of one of RCN's signature projects, the club is presently securing supplies to make a donation of fully stocked backpacks to deserving students at the Stephen Dillard Primary. Details of the timing of this presentation will be announced shortly. And as you know, schools resume for the fall term on August 30th. This concludes my remarks. Turning it back over to you.
Thank you, President Mike. Next, we will have our secretary's update by the Assistant Secretary, and she will be followed by the Treasurer's update from our Treasurer, Sandra Walker.
To you all. So I am actually the Secretary. I will be doing the Secretary's update today. So for today, we want to encourage persons to come out and volunteer to assist with the vaccine rollout. While we were waiting for the meeting to start, past Rotary International President Barry was talking about the fact that, we have a lot more locations open now to issue the vaccine. So please, if you have some time to volunteer, this dates are open on the weekend as well. So please do sign up. I put the information in the chat, but feel free to reach out. I can provide you with the link that you can go ahead and sign up, please, because as I said, we do need the assistance. And I'm sure you may all be aware of the earthquake, which has affected Haiti, and now we have this tropical storm that's bringing rain as well. So Bahamas Rotary Clubs and District 7020, they are actually asking for assistance for us to, offer our help. When we went through Dorian, we got a lot of assistance. So, we need to pay that forward. So this information is here. Again, I put it in the chat, but if you need more information, do let me know. There's also a PayPal option so that we can offer assistance to help out with Haiti, as they're going through this challenging time right now. Okay, and that is it for me. President Mike covered a lot of the other things, but feel free if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can give me a call if you need any additional information. Thank you very much. So back over to you, Yvette. I'm done. Or I guess to Sandra now.
Right. Thank you very much. I guess I'll proceed. And I'm very excited about the funds that are coming in for Healing Ontario, and encourage those that do so and want you to, with a note to myself, and I have an assistant, Rakira, who is quite excited. Gilbert, you can tell her also if you're more comfortable with that. And then with the membership dues, it's the same process where you tell us if you have paid, and the payments can be in 2 installments, 200 plus another 200. If you don't have so that, for if that's more controllable in your note, and then you make a record of it. So the dues are past due, by the way, but they are, I'm pleased to say, coming in. So if you have not done so already, you can pay in full or you can pay in increments. Just let me know on a side note, and then I'll record it appropriately. In Cat Island, the same thing applies with Latira Brown there, and she's doing a good job of keeping the records, and the dues are coming in there. And so we'll just continue working together and remembering that all of your monies being paid is for the initiatives that RCN is doing and the sustainability of our club, and of course, by extension, our satellite club in Cat Island. That completes my report for today.
Okay, thank you for the update. Next, we have a membership update by Rotarian Lizette McKinney.
Good afternoon once again, everybody. We are pleased to say that we have another Rotarian who will be celebrating her anniversary. This time it's going to be 3 years with the club, and that Rotarian is Rotarian Roy Ann. We are so happy to have you with us, Roy Ann. Thank you for continuing to serve. Is she in the meeting today, Roy Ann?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, I am.
Okay, so once again, happy to have you for the 3 years you've been with us, wishing you well, and we wish that you will continue with service above self. And before I ask you to say anything quickly, because I only have 3 minutes, also upcoming this week will be 2 Rotarians celebrating birthdays. We have our very new Rotarian, our moderator, Yvette Dean Williams, who will be celebrating on the 22nd, and also Catherine Russell, who will be celebrating on Sunday, the 23rd. So join me in wishing both of these beautiful young Rotarians a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. How old am I now? My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again. My birthday, come again.
And happy anniversary also to Royanne. Happy birthday, ladies. Do enjoy.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Rotarian Keno with membership buddies.
I do believe Rotarian Keno may have been having a challenge with his mic. Keno?
Yeah, unfortunately, he still wasn't able to get connected.
Okay, so we are very pleased as the membership committee to announce our buddy system. Most of you should have already received some communication from Rotarian Keno in this regard, where you would have been paired with another Rotarian. And the aim of this program is to just pair us so that we will actually have an opportunity to get to know one another a tad bit better. This program is going to be running for about at least 3 to 6 months. And we want you to utilize this time to really send little notes, trinkets, do something special with your buddy. We know that we're in this COVID environment and we want to practice the social distancing and be safe, but if you can send a Starbucks certificate, take a lunch break, or whatever it is that comes to mind for you to get to know your Rotarian, feel free to do so. We will be following up in this regard. And so we're asking you to please be active with this initiative. Once again, please participate.
All right, thank you, Rotarian Lizette. Now we will have the introduction of our speaker by immediate past President Stephen.
Good afternoon, Lizette. Yvette, good afternoon. Thank you. I'm delighted to join into this meeting. I have the distinct honor of presenting a gentleman who I've come to know, who have come to respect, who have come to say that he is, when you're talking about a statesman in the Bahamas, I am honored that I have this singular opportunity to introduce him. His name is Barry Rassin. He served as World President of Rotary International 2018 and 2019. I did not say Caribbean. I did not say South Africa. I did not say this. I said World President of Rotary International 2018, son of the soil here. Isn't that a major achievement? So you got to bear with me because a lot of us are new persons, so I can take my time with this one, all right? His responsibilities involve leading and motivating the 36,000 Rotary clubs in the 200 plus countries throughout the world. In addition, he served as chairman of the board of Rotary International. You know, some of us have a problem just leading one club, but he had 36,000. Mr. Rassin was named the first fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives in the Bahamas. He retired as president of Doctors Hospital Health System in Nassau, Bahamas, after a stellar 38-year career, where he remains as director. The organization grew significantly from 11 employees to 600 and was the first JCAHO International accredited hospital in the region. If I was in another setting, I'll be asking you to give applause as I finish every paragraph, but I'll move on. Barry has been a member of the Rotary Club of East Nassau since 1980, where he served as president from 1987 to 1988. He continued his Rotary service as governor for District 720, 9 clubs in the Bahamas and 84 in the Caribbean. He's a member of the Rotary Board of Directors, International Board of Directors, trustee and vice chair of the Rotary Foundation, as well as chairman of Shaping Rotary's Future. He has served on many initiatives in the Bahamas and he is currently chairman of the Volunteer Bahamas. So in this club, we have no excuse for showing up. Barry can see your face now. He needs to see you to volunteer. As a national program to create, he was volunteer as a national program to create culture of volunteerism in the Bahamas, in the country. He is also the National Consultative Vaccination Committee on the Naxos Concentrated Vaccination Committee to coordinate all the volunteer efforts. So Barry will never turn a Rotarian who wants to volunteer away. So there's always space for you. Barry Rassin has served both international and in the Rotary Foundation in many capacities as chairman, such as chairman of the Rotary International Finance Committee and Rotary International Training Leader and Seminar Trainer for Training Leaders. Mr. Rassin is the founder of Hand Wash in Haiti, National Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Strategy, a collaborative program to bring potable water and satisfactory sanitation to all the citizens of Haiti. This is a multi-decade US $2.3 billion initiatives. Mr. Rassin is the chair of the US-based 501c3 Hand Wash Charitable Foundation. And President Mike, I know that you had indicated that we are looking to be participatories in this hand and providing this water for Haiti. So club members, you got the right man here who's going to be speaking to you today. Barry's spouse, Esther, has always been a strong supporter of Barry's humanitarian efforts and is a lifetime honorary member of the Rotary Club of East Nassau. Esther is a retired banker and a strong advocate for family values. She is a recipient of the Subdurat Nose Humanitarian Award. In 2010, Barry coordinated the Rotary disaster relief efforts in Haiti following the devastating earthquake. Rotary raised $6.5 million and Barry personally supervised the completion of 105 relief development projects throughout Haiti. Well, you know, we just had another dilemma in Haiti, so I assume that they might soon be ringing Barry's phone, you know. He's now on the Bahamas Disaster Relief Committee, a committee that I serve on, and he is an inspiration. Barry knows how to get it done. You know, I say 911 is his middle name. So if you want answers, just say Barry 911 Rassin. You got it. Working as during relief and COVID-19 relief. He's currently serving on the Bahamas COVID-19 Vaccine National Consultative Committee. He is the trustee at the University of the Bahamas and a director of Bahamas Strong. Almost finished. Mr. Rassin has been recognized for his humanitarian service by many organizations, both within and out of the Bahamas. He received the Service Above Self Award from Rotary International and was presented with the National Award of Health Hero by the Bahamas Ministry of Health and PAHO. He was honored with the Healthcare Development Leadership Award from Healthcare Development Magazine and is listed in the second volume of Legends in the Bahamas. He was acknowledged by the Order of Malta with the Grand Cross Merito and granted the Bahamas Icon Award for Commerce. In 2018, he was identified by the government of the Bahamas as an officer of the Order of Distinction of the Bahamas. And as Rotary International celebrates membership during this month, ladies and gentlemen, please join me and make welcome the one and only past Rotary International President Barry Rassin to discuss Rotary International's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Barry, if I just could get the crumbs of the table, I'll be good. Thank you.
Oh, past President Stephen, you are incorrigible. Wow. You know, I listened to all that and I'm exhausted. Now you know why I'm as old as I am.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Stephen. I really appreciate it. And my role today is talk to you about our diversity, equity, and inclusion program in Rotary. And it's evolved a lot in the last 2 years. It's really remarkable the length we've gone to really help Rotary clubs around the world and Rotaract clubs understand the importance of, and I'm going to call it DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. What I thought I'd do is first go through some of the statement on DEI by the Rotary International Board, then give you some of the statistics that I'm aware of. It doesn't cover every aspect, but it kind of shows you how far behind we are. And that's in some areas that we've been working on for years. Diversity is a core value of Rotary International, one of our 5 core values. So it's really important to the organization. It's been in our bylaws forever that we should represent our community. And that's a simple statement. Back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when that was in the bylaws, that represented our diversity statement. So we were way ahead of the curve talking about diversity as an organization. Problem is, as the world has evolved, we need to be more specific. So the Rotary International Board got extremely specific. Because of that, I'm going to read some of their statement to you so you can get a feel for the extent that we're talking about here. I'm not going to read it all because it's long, but there are certain paragraphs I think is important. We value diversity and celebrate the contributions of people of all backgrounds across age, ethnicity, race, color, disability, learning style, religion, faith, socioeconomic status, culture, marital status, languages spoken, sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity, as well as differences in ideas, thoughts, values, and beliefs. I really don't think anything could have been left out of that. That includes who we are as societies everywhere. And our responsibility is to try to have representation within our Rotary and Rotaract clubs. They go on to say that recognizing that individuals from certain groups have historically experienced barriers to membership, participation, and leadership, we commit to advancing equity in all aspects of Rotary, including in our community partnerships, so that each person has the necessary access to resources, opportunities, networks, and support so they can thrive. These are powerful statements. And I'd ask you, go on Rotary.org and take a look at them so you can really digest the enormity of what our board has said that we have a responsibility for. And one more piece, we believe that all people hold visible and invisible qualities that inherently make them unique. And we strive to create an inclusive culture where each person knows they are valued and they belong. Now, one aside, when you're talking membership here, can relate this to our dilemma with membership. If each person knew they were valued and they belong, they wouldn't be leaving our Rotary clubs. And in the last 10 years, we have brought into Rotary 1.4 million people. And yet our total membership hasn't changed. In fact, it's gone down. So 1.4 million people came into our organization and left. Imagine for a moment if we had shown them that we valued them and they belong to our clubs. To me, it's the core weakness of our organization, that our Rotary clubs, I'm not going to include Rotaract on that statement, but our Rotary clubs do not embrace diversity to the point where we are truly showing value to every member of our club. And that's a serious mistake that we're making in our Rotary clubs around the world. I'll give you some numbers as to why I left Rotaract out of that statement. But we really need to think more carefully about that piece of our equity statement. So, some of the numbers that we know. 24% of our organization is made up of females. Okay, now we've had women in Rotary for 30 years, and there's still only 24% of Rotary International and of our Rotary clubs. Okay, now if we keep at this pace, we'll get to gender equity by the year 2050. That's a little slow. And I know Rotary does work slow sometimes, but guys, we need to think about speeding that process up. And by the way, I'm not criticizing us locally in the slightest, because I think we have much better numbers, much better diversity than the global averages. We're really unique. And I noticed on a chart recently that Rotary showed about membership, usually they show the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean as one. Finally, they broke the Caribbean out of that to show the graph of membership in the Caribbean. And I know we're not the Caribbean, but we're included in that group, which is to our benefit. So for the first time, they showed a graph, and where every region of the world had declined significantly in membership, with the exception of Asia, Caribbean has slightly better or remained stagnant. You could debate either way, but our trending is positive. One of the few regions of the world that has positive trending with membership. And I think partly that's because of our diversity. We are more diverse than the rest of the world. So we start with that 24% for women in Rotary clubs. But look at Rotaract. Rotaract is 52% female. Okay, and they're not making some conscious effort to go get females. That's just a natural phenomenon of our young professionals. They don't think about it, it's just who they are. They value men, they value women, they value everybody the same. Therefore, their clubs are made up of men and women at an equal proportion. So we can learn from Rotaractors, which is why we need to spend more time listening to our young professionals. They have ideas and understanding of today's world better than those of us who've been around a long time. We really need to start listening to them. So when you think of the female part of it, then you have to look at leadership roles in our regions around the world. Okay, and every region has Rotary coordinator, Rotary Foundation coordinator, EMG, there's dozens of them. One of them is the RPICs, public image. And Sheila Bethel was one of our RPICs and represented us extremely well. And it's one of the few positions in leadership roles in Rotary that does not require you to be a past district governor. Interesting. That particular leadership role is 33% female, higher than all the other leadership roles, which average is 24%. Is that because we're not required to be a past district governor? Perhaps, and perhaps we should embrace that thought and put more leadership roles that you do not have to be a past district governor. And then maybe we can increase our leadership representation from women. Now keep in mind, that's only one of those many categories I mentioned for diversity. Only one. Let's turn to age. We can see we've made improvements with our females, but nowhere near where we should be. Let's look at our age. Average age around the world is around 56. Okay, not exactly young. We have countries around the world, and I'll mention one, the United Kingdom. Average age of Rotary is 70 years old. 70 years old. Now, think about that for a moment. And trust me, I have nothing wrong with 70-year-olds, okay? I happen to be one of those over 70. So I can relate. We have maturity, we have an experience level that our young folks don't match. We bring a lot to the table. We bring a lot of leadership, we bring a lot of skills and a lot of understanding. However, there's got to be a balance. We need the ability to have more of our youth in our leadership roles and in our Rotary clubs. That's just a reality. Last year, 6% of district governors around the world were under the age of 60. We're not embracing our youth, and that's a serious mistake. What happens is that the youth don't see that we are embracing them, therefore they leave us and go to some other organization where they can do good in the world. When you ask our Rotaractors, because less than 4% of Rotaract joins Rotary clubs in the past. I think that's changing, but we haven't measured it yet. Less than 4% of Rotaractors join a Rotary club. Why? We don't meet at the right times for them. We don't give them leadership roles. We treat them like our workers. It's too expensive for them. They're willing to pay something toward it, but not you got to pay lunch every week, even whether you're there or not, things like that. So there's reasons for that. They want to meet at the right time of day, and they want to have fun. But you know, in spite of all of that, their driving desire is they want to make the world a better place. Now, they know that Rotary is the one organization in the world that is better than any other at making the world a better place. So they want to be a part of that, but they don't want to be part of Rotary clubs that aren't a part of that. And sadly, there are many Rotary clubs around the world that are not. They do their own thing, they do a little service, but it doesn't really meet the needs of what they are all about. So we need to do better with listening to our young professionals if we want to increase that diversity. We've got a long way to go. Now, that being said, we've gone a long way in the last 2 years for getting a little more of our age balance. Rotaract is now, Rotaract clubs are members of Rotary International, just like Rotary clubs. They we've changed a lot of policies so they can do a lot of what Rotary does. Not quite equal yet, but the goal is that a Rotaractor has exactly the same rights and functions and abilities as a Rotarian. Two different types of clubs only because of age, nothing else. We will get there because we've made more progress and change there than we have anything else that I've ever seen in Rotary, faster. And that's fantastic. And what it's done is given our young professionals a feeling of pride in being a part of this and seeing that now that they have a respect, they want to be part of it. Okay, so what does that mean? That means they've grown from 7,500 Rotaract clubs in 2 years to almost 11,000 Rotaract clubs. That's a significant growth in Rotaractors. And guess what? Nowhere, Rotary isn't anywhere near that with Rotary clubs. This is unique and different. Just look at last year alone. Our members of Rotary declined by 12,000 members. Our members of Rotaract increased by 17,000 members. We've got something going with Rotaract, which really to me represents our young professionals, which could be the answer to our membership challenge. Now, our next step with that is let's change or ask ourselves, what is the culture in our club? Do we meet the cultural needs of our young professionals? And a part of that is simply sitting down and listening to our young people. We don't listen enough. They come in, we're older, we've been there, we've done that, we tell them what to do. They're not looking for that. They're looking to come in and be heard and be a part of the leadership team, be represented on the board of directors, be on the committees, be chairs of committees, be truly involved in running our Rotary clubs. If we do that, then our Rotaractors are going to join Rotary. We have, that we know of, we have 221,000 Rotaractors. Okay, if you put that together with our Rotary club members, we've got about 1.4 members of Rotary around the world. Okay, but they're not going to stay with us unless we start to change our culture and listen more to them. So we've talked about the need for more women in Rotary around the world. And I'm talking global numbers here, not any particular area. And we've talked about the need to change our culture to embrace our youth. But again, that's just two aspects of diversity. And I have to tell you, I've had the great honor of traveling around the world for Rotary, 60 countries in 16 months. And I saw Rotary on the ground. I visited clubs, I visited districts, I visited projects, which I really enjoyed. Always looking at who's in the room when I talk. And when it comes to other parts of diversity, we're not there yet. When I look around a room in the United States at a district conference or at an institute, I might see 2 Black people in the room. We're not representing racial and ethnicity at all. And that's just totally wrong. I'll give you a quick example. When I was on the board, I brought this up to our committee talking about membership. And I said, we need to embrace all aspects of diversity, not just women. That's all we were talking about at that point. And they said, oh, we can't talk about race in this country. It's too sensitive. Well, you know, sorry, but we need to start talking about it. I think they have started talking about it now. All aspects of diversity. We represent our communities, and we've got to remember that. So let me close because I know I'm going to run out of time here. But there are some specifics I wanted to give you as to what can we think about doing as a club or as a Rotarian. One is we should always speak out respectfully and hold ourselves accountable, not only for what we say, but for what others in our club say. There's definitely no place for racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism, classism, or ageism in Rotary. We should be very objective in everything that we do and say. We should be the ones who stand out as leaders in this particular area. We should invite the local diversity, equity, and inclusion experts to speak to the club. Find somebody out there who's working in this region, bring them to the club and talk. I'm no expert. I can only tell you what I know about Rotary and what our downcoming is. So let's bring some experts in to talk to us. We should be encouraging and supporting our current participants, members from unrepresented groups or underrepresented groups to take on leadership positions in the club. You know, if you made, and I'm not criticizing anybody local, but if you made a 30-year-old president of the club, the community sees that and looks at that and says, wow, if they can be president of that Rotary club, then maybe I can join a Rotary club. It's not really that old group that I thought they were. So that's a way we could go. We want to, an idea that some have used is to create a community advisory board and invite diverse members of the community to sit on that board and ask themselves, what else can Rotary do to become diverse? So you're getting it now from the community to truly represent the community. What different can we do? A few more things and then I'll close because I know we're running out of time here. Again, we got to look at locations. I'm not suggesting you, but some clubs meet at lunch when nobody of certain groupings can possibly join them. They're working, they're young, they have family, etc. So are we meeting at the right time? Or do we start a satellite club at another time? So we can have two different types of members, and that's okay. Can people find the information if they're not able to attend? Are there any unnecessary costs that we could avoid? Can we bill our fees? You were talking about pay your dues twice a year. Maybe you could pay them monthly. Would that be easier for a young person starting out? So that's just some of the things we can think about. It's a very broad topic. There's so much to it, but I think we've covered some of the really important things. The bottom line for me is we need to be proactive in thinking about and asking ourselves, are we truly representing our community? And if we're honest with ourselves and we come up with an answer that says no, then let's be proactive and how do we change that? And we do that, then I think we're going to make Rotary better. Everybody knows that when you have a diverse group of people around the table, you make better decisions because you're hearing from all different aspects of the community. You put all that together, you come up with the best possible decision. So I thank you all for inviting me today. I thank you for all that you do. I remind you, if you can possibly volunteer, please come out to one of our vaccination centers. Now we're opening 7 days a week. It's going to be a serious challenge. We need all the help we can get. But thank you all. Thank you for what you do. Bye.
Thank you, past Rotary International President Barry Rassin. A lack of DEI can lead to barriers in our club's growth, so it is important that we embrace it. We have one question in the chat. I think we have time for one question and then we can move to the parking lot. And that question is there a research paper on the topic? And are you looking for collaborators to look at DEI in a broader sense?
In a broader sense, we have brought in experts to Rotary International to help with that and get a feel for the global reaction, as well as to, in certain areas of the world, what are their cultures? As an example, in Japan, there is a culture that the elderly the seniors should always be the ones in charge. And that's a difficult culture for us as an organization to break, because that's their culture. But we have to look at that and talk to them about change, and that's happening. Research paper-wise, go on to Rotary.org. You'll find a lot of information about what clubs, districts, and Rotary International has done and has researched on DEI. So there's a lot of information there as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We'll now have our thanks to the speaker by past Rotary Public Image Chair, Sheila Bethel.
Sorry, I was having a couple of issues getting the audio on. Anyway, past President Barry, thank you for your usual insightful, inspirational presentation. I always enjoy them so much. As you said, embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion should be a part of everything we do in our club and in our personal lives. It's a new program for Rotary International, and I think you brought clarity to a topic which most of us are unfamiliar with in that format, and at least in the Rotary context anyway. But as you highlighted, I assure you we'll follow your directive to value all our members, a goal which I feel, well, we've already embraced, but there's always room for improvement. But as a note, RCN currently has more females than males in our club. And we're very proud of that. And we're working on the age thing. I think we've lost our cardiac club title that we used to have. But as a token of thanks, we will send you the speaker certificate you just saw. And I'm speaking on behalf of the entire club when I say thank you for once again taking time from your horrendously busy schedule to visit us and to add to our knowledge of the mission statement of Rotary, which is that everyone is welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we will have our four-way test. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it
build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Will it be fun?
Fun.
Okay, now we will have our Rotary toast, Rotary Around the World, by past President Seeley.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. Rotary Around the World.
Rotary Around the World.
Rotary Around the World.
Rotary Around the World.
And now we will have our adjournment by our president.
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. Usually President might have to leave a bit earlier, a tad earlier before the conclusion of the meetings. And so we will wrap it up. And we just want to say thanks to everyone, including Brother Rassin, for such a powerful presentation. Diversity is the key, and it's the key in every facet of our society, not alone just Rotary. But we have to embrace diversity if we're going to continue longevity, if we're going to continue sustainability and growth for the long haul. So I truly appreciated that presentation. And I want to thank all of our guests and Rotarians alike who was on the call this afternoon. And at this time, we officially call our meeting to a close. But of course, our past President Stephen Dean normally will pick up our parking lot discussion where we discuss matters of the day and at heart. So past President Stephen Dean, you can take over the parking lot for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Don't leave me in the corner now. Don't disappear.
David, before you go, I'm going to have to apologize. I'm going to have to leave. I've got a 2 o'clock meeting. I got to.
Okay. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. Charlene, it's good to see you. Charlene Seeley.
Hello, Past President Stephen.
I saw you in the newspaper yesterday. I didn't know you was a news reporter. Now I see you there. Tell us what you were doing yesterday. You look so nice.
I was in the paper.
Yeah, in the paper. You was in. I saw in the Guardian. Yeah, the Guardian this morning. I saw you on TV, and I saw you. Your name flash. What is happening? What I missed?
Oh my goodness. What you miss is your committee, the Disaster Relief Committee. So, you know, they did a presentation to the Ministry of Education yesterday.
Yes.
Supplies totaling $250,000.
Yeah.
So it was books, textbooks, workbooks, copy machines, some other equipment, and the generator.
Right.
It is all age school on Mars Island. So we did that presentation yesterday. I was summoned. I was summoned to do protocol.
Mm-hmm. You was dressed. Looked like you had that dress made up for it, though.
I had to find something that fit.
Yeah.
I was summoned to do protocol, so I helped on Friday also. So I was the photographer on Friday.
Excellent.
Yeah, helping loading the trailer. So the photos of the program, they're my photos. So I think that may be my side gig when I retire.
Okay. Well, we can see the past president still has a groove, you know. Okay. Anybody took the booster shot yet?
The booster shot is not being offered in the Bahamas yet.
You sure?
I'm quite sure.
I was
That was a big discussion.
I was there to sign up for my booster shot.
No, not yet. President Stephen, let me just interrupt you a moment here. Keno has miraculously gotten his sound and video back, so he would so like to launch this buddy program that he didn't get to do during the meeting.
Just tell him I don't want. Just tell him I just don't want that Sunday sermon. Just make it. Give me a sermonette, you know. Let's go.
I am leaving.
No,
Okay,
Sheila, you can't go.
No,
You can't.
Sheila, don't feel bad. Sheila, I just got on just when you started to talk. I was able to get on, so I fully understand. But listen, hi everyone. Listen, I am so excited. The entire membership team, along with Lizette, of course, our leader, is so excited that we're launching our buddy with Rotary. Listen, I got something I want you to take a look at. Take a look at that. Hey, look at that. Listen, this represents the different members in Rotary. This represents, we have different colors, different shades, different genders. Listen, the whole thing is we want to make sure that you feel special. So we've launched an entire program called the Rotary Buddy. I have contacted the majority of you, so you'd have gotten a voicemail from me to let you know who your buddy is. We have tagged you with a more seasoned Rotary member and a younger Rotary member. So listen, go and make contact with that individual. There's one thing I'm going to ask you to do. Please take the time, find out who they are, find out what you have in common, find out what you could do to help grow and build this Rotary Club. We want to build an atmosphere of success and an atmosphere of growth. I listened to our president, Barry Rassin, and one of the things he said is we need to bring in new members. And we also have to grow this throughout the entire world. But listen, Rotary Club of Nassau will be the one to help this thing work with our Rotaractors and our new members. So please go and reach out to someone who I would have let you know who your partner is, your buddy is. And if you didn't get a call from me, please personal message me right after this meeting and I will let you know who your buddy is. So finally, I want to say this. Let's build, let's grow, and let's make Rotary Club of Nassau the best club ever. Thank you very much, past President Stephen.
Man, that sounds like a commercial on CNN, man.
I know, right?
You get the voice for it, you got your dazzling, your dazzling, you're making me want, that's an invitation of treat.
Listen, I chose this spot just in CVS because I wanted a party background and all. See that? I chose the party background just for this.
You're doing good, and one thing, and with the membership, I think coming out of that, what Barry's talking about, we have to find ways to get our Rotaract Club started. I think a lot of our members have young people or young persons. I think we need to get the clarion call to get a club started. We could start with 10. I can let my daughter join. Someone can let their 2 sons and X, Y, and Z. Raquel, you have some people who could join? 2 sons?
Yes, I have two sons who are at that age that can join.
Yes, Raquel, I think we need to make a concerted effort. We could get it started. We will get that started,
President Stephen, you're jumping the gun because the membership team is actually putting a program together. I'm jumping the gun too, but we're going to put a program together just for children of Rotary of Nassau Club members to join Rotaract. So I think that's a great initiative. So look forward to it coming.
No problem. You know, my plane on. You know, I always have a plane on the runway ready to start. So if you ain't catching the plane, you know. you know. But I think it's good though. I think it's good. Salika Amana Zelika is happy to see you. But we having a good time, and I think we had a good meeting today. We had a pretty good. Tony, how are you doing? Look like you in somewhere and out in the UK.
Yeah, hey, past president. Yeah, no, this is actually a photoshopped photo that my brother-in-law, Dr. Caro Rocha, put together from a photo. That is me on my motorcycle, but he kind of translated the background to Oxford Street in London.
Go back again. You said you on a motorcycle?
You know what? I bought my first motorcycle when I was 15. And I passed my motorcycle driving test on my 16th birthday.
Right.
And I'm now 65. I think I've always had a motorcycle.
Wow.
My whole life.
Wow.
So that's the one I've got now. It's a Royal Enfield with a sidecar on it.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
yes, I always like motorcycles.
If you really want to laugh, I used to have a motorbike as well.
You used to have
Very
one.
good.
You mean?
And Norton, I had an old Norton. You know what they were like, Tony?
Sheila, you mean you had one in your yard?
No, I used to ride it in England.
Yes.
Are there any photos?
What?
Norton's
Are there any
very-
photos, Sheila?
Yeah, but things like that'll be in the UK. I haven't got all that stuff here.
Chantel, be like evidence based.
Okay. Trust
She
but
does,
verify.
doesn't she? She's always asking for links to presentations and photographs of this. She obviously does not trust me.
Yeah.
Very upsetting.
Trust but
If you could
verify.
see me, you would see that I am really upset.
No, Sheila, you can't get upset. You don't have a bone of upsetness in you. None. None. Right.
You've never seen me lose my temper, hey?
Yeah, you can. You can. That's not that's not you. You know, I would say I see that happening. I'd say that's not Sheila. You know?
Well, considering that you and I have had several back and forths on the phone, I'm surprised you said that.
Yes, Sheila, because I take my immunization shot, I don't even feel it, so I might be a little different from everybody around here.
But Stephen, even when she's fussing, she's still nice. She doesn't realize that.
You guys obviously do not know me very well.
Sheila tried to be somebody else, Charlene, but we know her.
Yeah, even when she's
Charlene.
And love her up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, Charlene, you've seen another side of me as well. So,
Rudy, if you're still on, I just need to know if any storm coming because I plan on traveling soon. Anything happening?
So you're talking to me?
Rudy.
Oh, Rudy.
Our weatherman. Chantel.
Yes.
Any electricity will be off for the rest of the week. I need to know, so I need to serve my generator.
Absolutely not. I don't know what you're talking about. Absolutely not.
Sandra, oh, I come into your house. You have generator?
Yes, I do, but that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, no problem.
Okay, so we get the word. So you can prepare your whole week because BPL has already made it official. Nothing will happen this week, so we good. We good.
Just send me that little pen so I can find you, please.
Okay, I can send it right to my office. Okay.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Brother Wayne, you still around? Wayne?
No. He's there.
Okay, we have Miss Major on. Miss Major, are you enjoying yourself? Or she left already? Gina, how's things going?
Things are going pretty good. Good afternoon, Miss Dean. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, Gina.
Gina, you still at ZNS?
Yes, I am the web and technical producer here at ZNS. I'm in office. I still have my undivided attention.
You say you're the web protect. What you doing, ZNS?
I'm the web and technical producer here at ZNS. So everything online with the web and the app and everything like that and the streaming, that would be me.
That's you. Okay.
Yeah.
My commiserations.
Okay.
That is a headachy job. I used to know you when you were at that ad agency with, what was it, Carter Marketing you were at, or JCN?
I was at Carter Marketing for a few years. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You probably don't remember me. I had creative edge then.
Sheila, who you don't know? Hey,
The thing that
everyone.
The thing that I find scary actually is the number of people that I kind of meet that I suddenly realize they used to work for me, like many years ago. Were you laughing at, Tony?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, but the thing that's even scarier is when they come up and say, Mrs. Bethel, do you remember me? I used to work for you, and I have absolutely no idea who they are.
And they still remember you saying you look young, and I guess they sing.
No, they don't say anything
I
like
guess
that.
they aging nothing but a number, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it is a small island, and you know, people come up to me fairly regularly. Oh, hi, how you doing? And they're talking to me, and they know me, but I'm going, wonder who this is.
Yeah, I do the same thing. But you know, that's the nice thing about Rotary, that we wear badges with our names on them.
I you know what? That's the only reason I stay in Rotary. It's for that same reason right there.
Yeah, it's good. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I trust that you're all having a good week. And according to prediction, we have already got BPL has told us there'll be no electricity. Rudy didn't come on, so there's no storm. So things are going good. The COVID numbers will go down. Okay, good. So what else? Next name.
I had a lot of internet difficulties, and I missed most all the meeting. Is this going to be on Facebook like the other ones have been?
Yeah, we're gonna get this meeting here. Yeah, we can. It's been recorded, and they can just put it up.
Yeah, Jim Roberts couldn't get on either. I sent him the login, but he just couldn't get on. I don't know why.
But we'll record it. And Tony, all that we figured out that the predictions are that all internet issues will be solved this week. So
again, good.
Oh yeah.
You might as well throw it in the pot now. Anything you want solved, just say it now. It can be solved. All right, good.
Mr. Fix It.
Oh, man, just do it, man. It's already being done. Everything we're walking through has already happened, you know?
Well, I guess all else fails, I have to pay the bill.
Anyway, talking about memory failures, you were supposed to send me an email address, past President Dean.
What, you ever thought that I probably didn't want to send it to you? I don't forget.
Well, that had occurred to you. It had occurred to me.
I can send it to you, Sheila. You get it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you get it. You'll get it. Just check your phone. Check your phone a couple seconds. You'll get it.
You forgot.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to see you. And y'all take care. I trust you all have a good week. And we look forward to seeing you all next week, eh?
All right, past President Dean, I shall sign out too, fellow Rotarians.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Have a good rest.
Thanks, Steve. Take care.
Take care, everyone. Have a blessed day. Okay, take care. Bye.